Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here, and we got a list of 16 plus 7 on the two real estate boards. And the whole idea with anything we do on Milton Daily Homes is to really educate you before you get too far in the process and to really add interpretation into the raw information, which is what most of the other websites, including the biggest site in Canada, that's all they do is they just give you the information. They don't tell you about the places, what to look for, what to avoid. So we're going to start off with 1370 Main Street, number 104. It's at 238. Historically speaking, it's not that far off. They could have cleaned off a lot of the stuff off the top here, simplified just to sort of showcase the basic elements here. And it's a one bedroom. And first floor sometimes has a stigma. Sometimes people don't feel safe. But if you look at the second one here, I think a far better deal on the fourth floor. So you've got your nice high 12-foot ceilings. Really adds a lot more perception of space anyways. I don't like the kitchen as much. A little more basic, but it has the +1 that you could use as a den, which I think comes in really handy. Even to have a pull-out couch or something like that if you have guests over is all very good. Plus you've got your gym, party room, that kind of stuff. So this home is larger, and for $1,000 more, even the ceiling alone is worth the extra difference. Hampshire Way is 338. It's 1171 square feet, and York Trafalgar was the builder. It's okay. It's probably not that far off. This is the same as what we talked about last week with the POTL, the parcel of tied land. And so what that means is that you're paying for maintenance fee of about $57, which is road maintenance, garbage collection, that kind of stuff. The home itself is freehold, but you're attached directly to a condo element, which is your main driveway. So next one up is Laurier. We've got $374 as the price here. Semi-detached, bit of a busier street, but I think that if this one's looking okay, they should be in the right range. It's a shame the photos aren't better, because I think that this one actually shows better than the photos indicate, but it's a pretty active price range, and we're about a 10-to-1. So for every new home in Milton, or I should say for every older home listed in Milton, there's 10 newer homes. And so there's a built-in scarcity there, and sometimes there's just not a lot for sale, which is the case right now in the older part. So we've got Clark here. It's a smaller semi-detached. You don't see many of this model, but 389 I think is going to attract attention. It's probably, I think this one's about 12 something square feet. And you do have the two full bathrooms up on the second floor. Plus it looks like there's a rec room finish too, which I didn't really see profiled too well in the photographs. Diefenbaker is a 1370 square foot townhouse. It's called an Emery model, and it's pretty basic. It's got the dark kitchen cupboards, which people like. They couldn't even have finished the dishes. Like, come on. I don't know. To me, that just seems a little sloppy. And you've got your two full bathrooms upstairs and no fence. $399 seems high to me. I don't see a lot that's really pushing this one out there, and it's high to the point because in that price range you can err on the side of high, and you can still sell oftentimes for big money. I just feel like they're too far off, that they're just not going to attract attention. Cumming is 434. Semi-detached, it says about 1650 square feet. You've got a front room here, and then you have your dining room plus your kitchen. That's basically your main floor. There's 3 bedrooms upstairs. They're very nice sized rooms. That's a interesting bed. Unfinished basement. Probably not that far off. I would like to see people do have options with semis when you're getting up into 435, when you can actually get a 4-bedroom. Featherstone is 479. Detached home. Potential to do the driveway a bit wider. I know a lot of people on the street have done it. It's a Coscourt build, 105 feet deep. It's been listed for a little while. It's got the second floor family room, plus it's got 3 other bedrooms. So it really opens up on the second floor. And then the interesting hidden feature, not hidden, it's in the description, but the one thing that I really like is the fact that you have a separate entrance through your garage into the basement. So that can come in very, very handy. Even if no one's living there, even just to get service on your furnace and that kind of stuff can come in handy. We jump all the way up to Nairn here. And I don't know why they have a Texas Longhorns logo on the fireplace, but that would have been something to take off. The house itself looks pretty decent for the price. I mean, we're talking about a 3rd-story loft with a bathroom. So you actually have 5 bathrooms, including 4 full ones. And yeah, so this actually seems like a good price. Double sinks there, and you know, at this size, almost 3,000 square feet, I don't think you can go wrong for 634 or 635, I should say. Kincardine is 639. So it's getting really competitive down in the lower ranges, and I don't know how big this one is. It says it's more than 2,500 square feet. Certainly doesn't have the same finishes. It does have the 3 bathrooms upstairs. So even this one looks pretty good compared to what else is sold, but the one we just profiled, I think, just has more to offer on Nairn. So the Wilmot's 649, and you can see the interlock driveway. Usually if you see an interlock driveway, it's pretty much guaranteed the house is going to be pretty nice. So right away, even just seeing this door, seeing the crown moldings, you know you're in for a nice looking home. Hardwood floors, you got some coffered ceiling with some crown moldings. The kitchen looks nice, backsplash, you've got your hardwood upstairs. So it's a nice looking house. I'm not sure if it maybe gets a bit narrow as you're getting further into the backyard, but it certainly looks like a nice property. It almost does. It looks like it narrows a bit, but it's still 112 feet deep. Nice property. Now again, we're seeing some really good stuff. So by the time we get up to something like this at 709, I mean, we've seen stuff. I mean, so we're now talking $70,000 more than something like Nairn, and I just don't see this one competing. I wish they had done better photos. I do like that bathroom, and there certainly looks like there's a lot of size. But comparing across, it's just there's a lot of competition right now in the 7 range. Right around 700, there's a lot of really good homes that are all fighting for the same spot. Speaking of which, this one on Potts, nice looking home. 5 bedrooms, I think, is their competitive difference. It's about 3,400 square feet. Nice open floor plan. I saw this one when it was listed before, and they've done a nice job with the finishes. Everything is very neutral. It's clean. It's well kept. And they've got a bit of work done in the backyard too. So it's a good quiet street, especially this part of Potts. There's very little traffic, and it's a nice looking home. It's just the only thing is that homes like Nairn at 635 at 3,000 square feet, that's a big price difference. Now, Cusick here is a 3,300 square foot home, and what I love about it that you won't find in hardly any new home is the fact that they customized this here. That's a Wolf range. It's larger than most stoves. They got the Sub-Zero fridge. So anyone who's serious about cooking is really going to appreciate what these guys have done. And so if you've got someone who likes a good kitchen, I'll tell you the house is great too. And it's on a larger lot. You're 60-something feet across the back. So for the size, for some of the finishes, and definitely the lot size, I think these guys are in a nice place. This is one of my favorite listings. I mean, there's some nice homes in today's list, and I think they're priced definitely in a fair range. We've got Amos here, which is up in sort of Guelph and 15th. I think when someone's paying $929, I think when you see something like Blue Carpets, that's enough to take someone off the game. And I think that it's the responsibility of the homeowner to really start looking and saying, you know, am I losing traffic? Am I losing offers because of something that's that easy to fix? It's got a nice sized piece of property. It sort of pies out in the back, and it's a nice slice of land. And the school's great around here. I mean, one of the things that's a real benefit of being around there is Brookville Public School has a fantastic reputation. So King Street, $960 is the price, 62 by 132 foot lot. And it's only a 3-bedroom, but it is done very well. Nice open concept kitchen, because that's the complaint with the older houses, is they're too closed concept. It looks like this one opens up to some really nice big areas, but 2,500 square feet. I would say a close comparison would be the one on Robert that just sold in the high 8s. And with the pool and a good sized yard, I think they compare pretty well. You've got a finished basement here. You got to be careful with the older homes with finished basements. They weren't really designed to be finished, so you've got to make sure that they've waterproofed properly and that there's no moisture issues. Home inspectors can get a device that's a lot like a cell phone, about this size, and they can test for water. They can run all around and see if there's anything down in the corners of the basement. So I'd encourage you to get a really good home inspection done. And yeah, it's a nice home. There's nothing wrong with that for sure. So we've got Derry here, and they have actually a $90 fee per month. And if you go anywhere else and buy a Mattamy Village town, is that there's really no fees attached. So I don't know if that's good value. I mean, that's almost $20,000 worth of carrying cost, because it's about $50 for every $10,000 chunk on the mortgage. So if you're paying $90 extra and you're really not getting anything substantial beyond that parcel of tideland stuff, which is garbage and snow removal, which the other ones have anyways, it can be a bit of a tough sell. So it's one of the larger village towns, and the problem that I have is that you don't have a backyard. And if someone's going to pay you $380, I've always seen these ones as kind of floating in between. They're larger than the smaller 3 stories with no backyard, but they're almost at the price point where you could get something with a yard. And sure, it'll be a little bit smaller than something like this, but I just think that somebody would jump to a 2-story before they'd consider something like this. The bedrooms look small from the photographs. Now, what you do have that's unique and nice and different is that you've got a lot backing onto some green space here. So there we go. That's the story on those. I've always seen them as just like, who's your target audience? They kind of, it's a lot like the Viva townhouses. Chapman is $379 townhouse. It looks like it's got a finished basement. Beyond that, I can't really tell you too much about it, beyond the fact that it's a pretty good price range. It's pretty active. Now, this one on McNabb, when you don't see inside photos, you can pretty much guess that it's not going to be outstanding. They do have a little horseshoe thing here, which you get, which gets extra credit. And so carport, it looks like it's actually got some sort of a metal roof here, which is certainly valuable, but I don't know if it's going to make anyone fall in love. It's probably one of those homes that needs some work, and they were doing offers last night. They actually listed on Friday and said no offers till Sunday, and I'm not sure if they did get any offers. This one here is one of the plan models, the Mattamy, I think it's a plan 2, 13 something square feet. They've done the open design with the kitchen island. Most of the time these islands are movable, so you can switch it around, change the configuration. But nice appliances, California shutters, hardwood stairs. It looks like a maple stair, and then you've got your finished basement. Now the home is up high, so you don't feel a lot of privacy. Like, you feel like you could definitely see all your neighbors here. Now the trade-off is that you get larger basement windows downstairs. So they've certainly done a lot of work in this home. I think $469 is a great price, and there's just not a lot for sale. You can find bigger homes for this price, but they're not going to maybe have the total square footage, including the basement, and I bet you they're not going to be as upgraded. So this one's going to attract a lot of attention. That's a good price point for a detached home. We've got this one on Snyder with no photos. This is the next one up. I think it's a plan 3, 1,600 square feet. It backs onto a pond and a ravine, excuse me, and it's got a finished basement. $542 is a lot of money for a 1,600 square foot home, although we have seen, models that are a few hundred square feet bigger sell for up in the $570, $580 range. It's still a single car garage, though. At $542, there's a lot of options in that price range for a double garage. Now, this one on Kincardine, I think, is one of my favorites as well. We're talking about less than 2,500 square feet. We have a great size 40 by 100 foot property. Very modern. I'm not usually a modern guy, but I do appreciate the fact that there's a buyer for modern. And so when you're selling a house, that's really the important thing. Glass shower. You've got a walkout balcony on the second floor. And I just think that they put a lot of money, a lot of upgrades into this one. And it just looks like a terrific model. Move-in ready. You've got a little bit of empty land here. I'm not sure if those are building lots or if that's going to remain open. And upgraded laundry room. That's another sign. I mean, in addition to an interlock driveway, if you see a laundry that looks like this, it probably means the house is kicking it. So that's a good listing. Last one of the day is this one on Highway 25 at 679. And the thing about this is a very busy street. Get a lot of road noise here. 2.25 acres, and it's got some interesting architectural features, and you can see some of the space here, the windows, almost like there's kind of a stone column sitting right in the middle of this home. Lots of modern finishes. They've done the bathrooms. It says an unfinished lower level, but it looks like that was almost the lower level there. Either way, I think that this price point's good. I think they've adjusted for the fact that they're on 25. The nice thing about being on 25, actually you get good internet. Beyond that, it's siding well, that kind of stuff, septic, usual par for course for the country, and it's not too far away from the town. You're probably looking at just south of 15th, and so you could probably get on the highway in less than 10 minutes, which I think is a positive thing. So that's the list, 23 homes. If you have any questions about any one of these or something I didn't cover, just send me an email, give me a call, and if you want to come on a tour, the buyer class is happening this Thursday. That'll be a lot of fun. So all the links for those are over on that side, and we'll see you tomorrow.